Suresh Kumar, and also Mr. R.K. Gupta.
Thank you, Shefali ji. My colleague, Honorable Election Commissioner Shri Anup Chand Pandey ji on my left, ECI officials and friends from the media gathered here today and also virtually connected to us. We meet again today for a press conference on that which most of you have been awaiting. इससे पहले कि हम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की शुरुआत करें, हम निर्वाचन आयोग की तरफ से मोरबी की दुखद घटना से प्रभावित सभी लोगों एवं उनके शोकाकुल परिजनों के प्रति शोक एवं संवेदना व्यक्त करना चाहते हैं. Our heartfelt condolences to the grieved families, and we pray that the departed souls rest in peace. Friends, गुजरात राज्य में विधानसभा का कार्यालय 18 फरवरी 2023 को समाप्त हो रहा है, जिसमें अभी 100 दिन से ऊपर बाकी हैं. राज्य में 182 विधानसभा निर्वाचन क्षेत्र हैं. Of the 182 assembly constituencies, there are 142 general, 17 SC, and 23 ST constituencies. Subsequent to the completion of special summary revision exercise, the final electoral roll has been published for the state of Gujarat on 10th October 2022, and copies of the published electoral roll has been given to all the political parties. They were part of the process by which they were finalized at each stage, and final prints, final rolls have been given to them. During the SSR exercise, the Commission has laid special emphasis on registration of new voters, women voters, transgenders, and persons with disabilities. As you see the data on the slide, for the forthcoming Legislative Assembly elections, our teams would be ready to serve more than 4.9 crore electors, of whom about 27,000 are service electors, 4 lakh persons with disability, more than 9.8 lakh voters above the age of 80 years, and out of which 10,000 voters are centenarians. And there are 4.6 lakh first-time voters between the age group of 18 and 19. Friends, there are, after the subsequent to the provision of 4 qualifying dates, all the young voters who attained the age of 18 years between the 1st of January 2022 to 1st October 2022 got the chance to get themselves enrolled. I am very happy to inform that with this amendment, 3,24,422 additional new voters in the state shall be able to cast their vote in the election for the first time. आप अवगत हैं कि निर्वाचन आयोग की पहल पर जो गत वर्ष कानून में बदलाव किया गया था, उसके बाद से 4 क्वालिफाइंग डेट संभव है. तो इमेजिन अगर ये संभव नहीं होता तो जो ये 3,24,000 नए वोटर्स हैं इस बार मतदान नहीं दे पाते और इनको इंतजार करना पड़ता 1 जनवरी 2023 की क्वालिफाइंग डेट्स का. सो अब इनका नामांकन हुआ है तो आई एम श्योर दे विल कम एंड वोट आल्सो, फॉर विच वी आर टेकिंग एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स व्हिच आई विल कनेक्ट टू यू लेटर. कमिंग टू द पोलिंग स्टेशंस, मतदाताओं के साथ एक्चुअली हमारे एंगेजमेंट के 2 सबसे महत्वपूर्ण जगहें हैं. एक जब हम उन्हें वोटर बनाते हैं और एक जब वो वोट डालने के लिए पोलिंग स्टेशंस पर आते हैं. So how is the ambience in polling station and how much is the ease of voting? That's what is another criteria that we very seriously look at. We have instructed all the COs and DOs to visit major polling stations personally and ensure that all facilities are available there. Total polling stations की संख्या 51,782 है और हर पोलिंग स्टेशन पर एवरेज 948 पोलिंग स्टेशंस होंगे. राज्य में स्थापित मतदान स्थलों में से एटलीस्ट 50% मतदान केंद्रों पर, That means 25,891. These figures are also given in the presentation which is happening, and we'll provide a copy to you. इन सब स्थानों पर वेबकास्टिंग की व्यवस्था होगी. मुख्य निर्वाचन अधिकारी और जिला निर्वाचन अधिकारी लगातार इसकी मॉनिटरिंग करेंगे अपने अपने कंट्रोल रूम में. सेक्टर मजिस्ट्रेट्स विल आल्सो विजिट on the day of polling and before that also the polling stations. Friends, सभी polling stations पर assured minimum facility like drinking water, waiting area, electricity, ramps, toilets would be provided. No polling station would be on the first floor, they will all be on the ground floor. And we are this time deputing one additional special observer. This is a practice we are starting now, and we are experimenting with this. A special observer for accessibility and inclusion. We want to get report, we want to see that our polling stations are truly accessible for women, from old age, for PWDs, for TGs, and the entire process is also inclusive. So uske liye humne ek special observer हिमाचल और गुजरात दोनों में अभी डेप्यूट किए हैं. फ्रेंड्स, मतदाता के जो वोटिंग एक्सपीरियंस है उसको बढ़ाने के लिए हमने राज्य में 142 मॉडल मतदान केंद्र बनाए जाएंगे. स्लाइड्स में आपको उनकी कुछ झलकी भी दिखाई जा रही है. सिर्फ महिलाएं राज्य में कम से कम 1274 पोलिंग स्टेशंस बनाए जाएंगे जहां पर सिर्फ महिलाएं ही तैनात रहेंगी, along with the police personnel also. You will see on the right side in the 1274 polling stations, only women polling personnels, police personnels will greet the voters. इसी प्रकार से राज्य में दिव्यांगजनों को मतदान हेतु प्रेरित करने के प्रयास में कम से कम 182 polling stations, which you are seeing on the right side again on the slide, would be manned purely by the persons with disability. As I have said earlier also, एक सशक्त समाज के लिए ये आवश्यक है कि उसके हर वर्ग को बिना किसी बाधा के निर्वाचन में प्रतिभाग करने का अवसर मिले. इसलिए जब दिव्यांगजन निर्वाचन प्रक्रिया से सीधे तौर पर जुड़ेंगे तो उससे हमारे प्रयास को और बल मिलेगा. And this is what, with this objective of inspiring the PWD themselves and also the conveying this message to the society at large, they will be manning the polling stations. Another first time new thing which we are attempting is, जब young वोटर्स को वोटर्स बना रहे हैं तो हमने हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक बूथ ऐसा भी बनाया है वहां जहां सबसे कम उम्र के जो एम्प्लॉइज हैं वो ही पोलिंग स्टेशन पे रहेंगे. सो जो भी रिसेंटली रिक्रूटेड हैं हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में हम इस प्रकार से 33 पोलिंग स्टेशंस ऐसे बना रहे हैं जहां एब्सोल्युटली यंग polling presiding officers, polling parties would be there to greet you. So something like what is being shown here. And this is again with our objective of encouraging the youth, telling them that you are not only have to get registered yourself, you have to manage the elections and you have to come and vote also. Friends, in this respect, we like to give you some unique polling stations also. ECI, as you know, has always been working towards its objective of inclusive and accessible elections. For example, there is no polling station or a building in the polling station 69 Alibath at this Bagra Assembly constituency. So what has been attempted is to convert and people had to come 80 kilometers to cast their vote to a particular station because they were all carried in a bus to another place. So this time, a shipping container is being used to serve as a polling station. And with all AMF, all assured minimum facilities being provided in this makeshift one, and with 207 voters. Similarly, there are many other examples like where our election machinery is going to last mile to ensure participation. A polling station being set up, which is on the left side, only for one voter. इस polling station में सिर्फ एक ही वोटर है जो वहीं रहना चाहते हैं, बाहर नहीं आना चाहते. उनके लिए हमारी 15 लोगों की टीम जाएगी और एक वोट लेने के लिए. This is the strength of the Indian democracy. Similarly, polling parties, team has to travel by boat to reach the polling stations in Siabelet Island in Arabian Sea. At the island has no alternative connectivity. Nearest town, Jafrabad, is approximately 15 kilometers away from island, and this has over 832 houses and 4,757 voters, and we'll go by boat and get the thing. The commission has set up 3 polling stations in Madhopur, Jamalpur, in Gir Somnath district for the Siddhis. There are total 3481 voters, of which 90% are from Siddhi community, and they are descendants of East African people who came to India during 14th and 17th century and are residing rights here, and they are our proud voters. And this is again what the inclusivity in the Indian democracy is about. At the cost of repeating, my friends, I would reiterate, if we, the Election Commission team, put in such concerted effort to ensure a polling station with a 2-kilometer reach for voters, replete with all facilities, तो वोटर्स का भी ये जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि वो वोट देने के लिए अवश्य आए। आपके माध्यम से मैं उनसे ये अपील करना चाहता हूं। Now about senior citizens, Commission has also endeavored to bring the polling stations to the doorstep of those voters who face difficulties in coming to the polling stations. This optional facility of postal ballot will be available to all these voters who are 80 plus, PWDs with the benchmark of 40% disability, and if by chance anybody is suffering from COVID. And a polling team comprising of 2 polling officials will go to their houses, which will be videographed, which will be with full security and under full information and knowledge of the political parties and candidates, with an option to accompany them. We will in advance provide a list of such voters who have opted for casting their vote from the comfort of their home, and will also provide them the route chart by which the polling parties will go to get the votes, and they cannot deviate from that route chart, which is advanced, which is displayed in advance. वोट की सीक्रेसी को अक्षुण्ण रखते हुए उनके घर से हम वोट लेके आएंगे, अगर ऐसा वो अपना ऑप्शन हमें फॉर्म 12D में भरकर देते हैं. And as we always say, whatever we are today, we are because of our senior citizens. And in this phase, in this round, there are 9.89 lakhs senior citizens, senior voters, 80 plus, और लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया में भाग लेकर वो भारतीय लोकतंत्र को सुदृढ़ करने के अपने जोश और समर्पण से देश के युवाओं के सामने एक उदाहरण पेश कर रहे हैं. और इसीलिए वो युवाओं को भी आगे बढ़ चढ़ कर मतदान में हिस्सा लेना चाहिए. Friends, similarly, Commission is emphasizing on the empowerment and participation of all our persons with disabilities. There are 4.04 lakh PWD voters who shall be given priority for entering polling stations. Provisions would be made for designated parking spaces, and volunteers shall be available. And all this they can book if they want. This will be available on the booth, no doubt. But if they want to book it, they can book it on our PWD app. Any facility, any facilitation which the PWD voters want, or 80+ voters want, they can book it at our app. We are also similarly focusing on inclusion of our TGs, the third gender voters. For variety of reasons, their inclusion, either because of various kind of social factors, has not been complete. We are focusing on it. We want them to make every one of them a voter. We have made some of them as our icons also. So any disadvantaged group in the society should deserve the highest possible recognition and respect from all of us. And Commission is very concerned and committed to provide full facilitation, full participation in an inclusive and accessible manner to all our marginalized, deprived sections, which includes the 80+ citizens, 100+ citizens, PWDs, transgenders. We are also planning to have an outreach in certain red light areas, so that our teams go and with the fullest possible respect and secrecy and whatever is the social milieu, they get the boats made and they also get the awareness activities for the boating. Friends, (2017) की comparison में there is a 100% increase in the number of transgenders in the state of Gujarat. There are 1417 TGs who are now registered, and it's actually a sight to be seen to believe when they come forward. They came forward when we went to Gujarat last time, and the kind of enthusiasm they had in participating and even becoming even becoming our icons to convey to the others that you come and vote for us. So we very happily recognize their commitment, and there are now 1417 voters. Just to inform you, there are now 44,904 registered third gender voters in the entire country. And even counting. In this SSR, we'd again do a great, whole lot of effort to make them our voters. Friends, next is about the participation of the citizens. ये पहले भी हम आपको दिखा चुके हैं कि सी विजिल के माध्यम से अगर नागरिक अपनी कोई भी शिकायत दर्ज करना चाहते हैं तो उनके फोन से ही उनका लैटिट्यूड लॉन्गिट्यूड रजिस्टर्ड हो जाएगा। सारी शिकायत वहीं आ जाएगी। अगर नहीं करना चाहते हैं तो अगर लिख नहीं सकते तो एक कागज पर लिख के फोटो खींच के अपलोड कर सकते हैं, और जो भी शिकायत वो करेंगे उसकी 60 मिनट्स में एक टीम कॉन्स्टिट्यूट होके जाएगी और विद इन 100 मिनट्स उनको उसका रेस्पॉन्स मिलेगा कि आपकी शिकायत सही पाई गई, आंशिक रूप से सही पाई गई या नहीं पाई गई, और उस पर ये एक्शन हुआ। तो अगर किसी भी चुनाव की प्रक्रिया के दौरान कोई भी सिटीजन कोई मनी पावर, कोई मसिल पावर, कोई किसी भी तरीके का दुरुपयोग देखते हैं या किसी पोलिंग पार्टी का दुरुपयोग देखते हैं के द्वारा, तो निश्चित रूप से सी विजिल का यूज करें और उस पर कमीशन को खबर करें। सिमिलरली there is a Suvidha portal, there is a PWD app portal. Suvidha portal is for the candidates to get any facility they want to get on the from the election commission and from the staff. इसमें यह भी सुविधा है कि अगर जैसे उनको उदाहरण स्वरूप ग्राउंड बुक करनी है, तो इसमें सुविधा है कि ऐसा नहीं है कि ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिशियल्स की मर्जी पर है, जो पहले अप्लाई करेगा उसको पहले मिलेगी। फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट, दिस इज व्हाट द डिजिटल lock-in on the Suvidha app provides. And we have given specific instructions to everybody कि सबको लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड मिलनी चाहिए, जो पहले अप्लाई करे उपलब्धता के आधार पर पहले ग्राउंड पहले फैसिलिटीज उन्हीं को मिलनी चाहिए विदाउट एनी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बिटवीन दी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज। Similarly, the next important disclosure is about the KYC app. किसी भी नागरिक को, किसी भी वोटर को अपने कैंडिडेट के बारे में कुछ भी जानना है, तो जो एफिडेविट नॉमिनेशन के दिन फाइल करेंगे, उसकी पूरी की पूरी कॉपी, जिसमें उनकी क्रिमिनल डिटेल्स अगर कोई हैं तो उनके अकाउंट्स की डिटेल, income, expenditure, assets, everything is available on the website, जिसको हमारी वेबसाइट पर भी है, और वो स्पेसिफिकली KYC, नो योर कस्टमर, नो योर कैंडिडेट, उस नो योर कैंडिडेट में आप उसकी एजुकेशनल कैंडिडेट की क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, उनका आर्थिक और क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड अगर कोई है तो वो क्या है, सब इस पे उपलब्ध होगा. This is all part of disclosure so that voters can take informed choices. और अगर कोई क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड है तो कैंडिडेट्स को उसको मैंडेटरी पब्लिश करनी पड़ेगी एक राष्ट्रीय और एक क्षेत्रीय अखबार में और सोशल मीडिया पर. उनको 3 बार उसकी डिटेल्स पब्लिश करनी पड़ेंगी, और साथ ही साथ पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को ये भी बताना होगा और उसको पब्लिश भी करना होगा कि वो उन्हें क्रिमिनल के अतिरिक्त कोई दूसरा कैंडिडेट क्यों नहीं मिला. दे शुड गिव रीजंस, मेक इट पब्लिक सो दैट वोटर्स नो कि उस क्षेत्र में क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड के अलावा कोई भी और कैंडिडेट ढूंढने में पार्टीज को क्यों और किस प्रकार से इतनी कठिनाई हुई, ये जरा एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा उनको रीजन से, सो दैट वोटर्स जाने कम से कम कि सिर्फ क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड के लोग ही पार्टी को मिल सके. फॉर great emphasis which we want to give, and just to explain to you on the inducement free voting and expenditure management. There is a zero tolerance which has been conveyed and will be conveyed further, that government machinery has to be absolutely impartial, fair, and provide the level playing field. It's a zero tolerance. This is being conveyed and has been conveyed to all the officials who are involved, be it civil officials, police officers, enforcement agencies. If there is any instance which is found that there is a violation of this by any officials, we'll deal with this very, very sternly. Similarly, expenditure sensitive constituencies, there are strict instructions to police, excise department, GST departments, coast guards, income tax, EDs, railway protection force, CISF at the railway station. And let me give you the figures, though they are still increasing and counting. In Himachal elections in 2017, total seizure was 9 crores. It has already crossed 28 crores now, including liquor, mining, and drugs and various kind of things. And still there are 10-12 days to go. We are sure this figure will increase, nothing would move. All the borders and everywhere there is a strict vigilance, and Commission is going to meet all the chief secretaries and DGs of the neighboring states of Himachal and Gujarat also, so that the borders are absolutely safe. Nothing moves from the part of those borders in terms of where, if the liquor is cheaper in another place, if there is a provision in one particular place and it comes from the neighboring states, absolutely no leniency on that, and officials have been very, very strictly told about this. Similarly, the narcotics control, And in case of Gujarat, there is a long border of the coast. So coast guards have also been directed and advised that they will keep a very strong vigil on any movement of drugs which is happening, unfortunately, spoiling our youth of the country. It's happening in quite a increased fashion because of the various international factors. However, during the elections, the machinery would be extremely conscious that it does not happen. I would briefly cover about the directions given to the district officials and COs about the social media and the fake news. The narratives which get developed, you are all very well aware. At times, उसमें fake news भी हैं, उसमें झूठे एक narratives भी हैं. So, डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिशियल्स ने सबको सोशल मीडिया टीम अपने यहाँ सेटअप करने के लिए निर्देशित किया गया है. सीओ ऑफिस में भी सोशल मीडिया टीम्स रहेंगी. दे वुड कीप वॉच ऑन द फेक न्यूज विच अटेम्प्ट टू डिस्टर्ब द पीस और swing the thing in one favor or the another. Therefore, whatever strict action is possible under the various sections of IPC, if required, would also be taken. There is also an appeal through you to all the voters. अगर चुनाव के दौरान किसी तरीके की न्यूज़ का प्रचार जो उनको लगता है फेक है, तो कम से कम उसको आगे ना बढ़ाएं. That much discretion और उतना विवेक अपना जरूर पालन करें. Now, friends, coming to the schedule. The date of issue of notification would be for the first phase, 5th of November, and for the second phase, 10th of November. For making nominations, it would be 14th November for phase 1 and 17th November for phase 2. Date of for scrutiny of nominations would be November 15th and 18th respectively. Withdrawal would be November 17th and 21, and date of poll would be 1st and 5th, with the date of counting to coincide with Himachal Pradesh on 8th of December. And the entire process would be completed on 10th of December. So this is what is the schedule. And lastly, as we always say, media is the biggest ally of the Election Commission. तो आपके माध्यम से मैं सभी वोटर्स से ये अपील करना चाहता हूं कि वो इस चुनाव में बढ़ चढ़ के हिस्सा लें, निष्पक्ष तरीके से लें. अगर कहीं कोई उनकी समझ से इरेगुलर एक्टिविटी या पार्शियल एक्टिविटी है तो उसको सी विजिल के माध्यम से जरूर हमें खबर करें, एंड वी विल इंश्योर दैट दे गेट द आंसर्स इन 100 मिनट्स. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
एक मिनट, हम क्वेश्चंस लेंगे. आप प्लीज पूछने के पहले अपना नाम और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम बोलें. मैं फर्स्ट रो से लेती हूँ क्वेश्चंस. पहले
It inspires us, ladies and gentlemen, to be doing our work with all integrity and honesty, even when nobody is watching us. तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का हम विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद करते हैं हमारे आज के इस विशेष कार्यक्रम का नेतृत्व से प्रदान करने का. और अब सभी का स्वागत करने के लिए और उनके स्वयं के अग्रणी विचारों के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करती हूं सेंट्रल विजिलेंस कमिश्नर श्री सुरेश एन पटेल जी को उनके स्वागत उद्बोधन के लिए.